I saw the movie over the weekend. It is fantastic. But what I realized is how little I really know about Jesse Owens, other than the fact that he won gold at the Olympics in 1936. You had the honor and the privilege of playing him in the movie. So can you explain some of his backstory to us?
You know, Jesse went to Ohio State. That's where he started his college career, and he met Coach Larry there, who sort of just saw this talented kid and sort of wanted to bring him from being really good to being great.
Great, yeah.
So, you know, helped polish a couple of things and get him to be the world champion that he was.
And he did a good job at that, for sure.
Yes.
In the midst of a lot of racism, even at that university at the time. Carice, you play Leni Riefenstahl, the filmmaker, very famous filmmaker, who was commissioned by Hitler to document the Berlin Olympics. And she did so, but there's a scene in the movie, and this is based on truth, where Hitler has the cameras covered for Jesse's races because he doesn't want anybody to see a black man running and potentially winning. But she decided to remove the covers from the lenses and film the scene anyway, which is a dangerous thing to do. She's dealing with Hitler. What was it about that race? Why do you think she saw it as so important that she was willing to defy Hitler?
Well, I think, I mean, as a filmmaker, as a true filmmaker and a documentary maker, you want to capture the truth, basically. And this guy, he won. So why would you, you know, want to hide that? And exactly against Hitler. So it was a tricky thing for her to do. But I think, and also she just loved making films, and she really loved the human body, and she really wanted to make it into a beautiful piece of art. So, and I think when you're driven by that sort of passion, you know, it doesn't matter whether you're black or white.
Exactly. And it comes at a very interesting time in our immediate history, because we're dealing with a lot of racial tension in this country right now. And you've obviously, in your own industry, many people are talking about boycotting the Oscars because there are no people of color that are represented in terms of the nominees. There's no diversity at all. You've done the research, so you know quite a bit about that period in which Jesse lived. That's the 30s, at least when he ran. How far do you think we've come since then, and how far do you think we need to go?
Well, I think we'd be amiss to say that we're in the same position that we were in 80 years ago.
Right.
You know, Jesse had to sit at the back of the bus. You know, I can go on the bus and sit wherever I want to. You know, so I think that, if anything, this film shows how far we've come and why we can't afford to take any steps backwards.
And sometimes you feel like you are. For every step forward, there's two back.